Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday Live. I'm so glad you guys are here. I have got some really unique cards to share with you guys today. So, for lack of a better word, I'm calling it a floating image card. I don't know if you can kind of see how it looks like my sentiment is just sort of floating in air. Yeah, we've got a great spot here for writing our message. I've got an Easter card. Easter's right around the corner, and look at our little floating egg. And got a sweet little bunny down here too. I'm really excited to teach you these, and I promise you they are easy. And I've got a little secret recycle tip for you too. How about that? All right. Well, I want to give everyone an opportunity to get on live. I've got Brenda and a picture of Christina today. She's down with a little bit of a sinus bug, so she said, "Mom, I just cannot be on screen." And Brenda, bless her heart, she's dealing with strep. So they can all stay over there. I'm good. Let's keep it that way.
Oh, funny.
Oh, I know there's so much going around. And Debbie was just asking, I live in Oklahoma, and she said, "Hey, are the fires anywhere near you?" Yeah, we've been having a lot of issues with fires. It's more in the panhandle of Oklahoma. So here in central Oklahoma, we're okay. But yeah, I was just telling Brenda a little while ago that the evenings, the sunsets are beautiful, but it's due to those fires, and it's very hazy, but it makes for pretty sunsets, but not how we want a pretty sunset, right? So, I had a fun night last night.
Connie,
yes.
I got to tell you really quick. We have got people from New Zealand and France and Ireland and the Netherlands with us this morning.
That's awesome. Oh. Wow. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I love that we have this opportunity through YouTube to just like connect as a stamping community, and like all around the world we get to come together. So cool.
So what'd you do last night?
So last night, just a dear friend of mine, she had an extra ticket to go see Wicked, the musical Wicked, and she had this extra ticket, so I got to go. And Christina, how many times have we seen Wicked?
I have seen it 4 times. After last night, you've now seen it 5 times.
I've seen it 5 times, which is a lot, but you guys, it's a fantastic musical. And I gotta say, I think this was the best production of it I've ever seen. And I thought I'd seen some good productions, but this one far exceeded my expectations. If you've not had a chance to see it and you see that it's coming through town, do yourself a favor. It's a beautiful story, absolutely beautiful story. And as they say, it's kind of the story of what happened before Dorothy landed in Oz. And so, yeah, it's really unique. We kind of learned how the Scarecrow became a Scarecrow, and how the Tin Man became a Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion became cowardly. So, yeah, really fantastic. So we had a really, really great night. Of course, I got home late, so hopefully my caffeine will kick in. So, but Christina, because like I said, we've seen it many times. The first time Christina saw it, Christina, how old were you?
I was, I think, about 9 years old.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, this would have been the first tour that went around after it premiered on Broadway. So,
yeah.
2006, I think.
Yeah.
But I came down really, really sick the night before, and we were driving to Dallas to see it. I'd been a fan of the musical for a couple years. I'd literally been looking forward to this for years. And I came down really sick the night before we left.
Like really, really sick.
And so I came home from school that day and fell asleep. And when I woke up, the clock said it was like 7:30, and it was kind of dark, but still kind of light outside. And so I could not tell if it was night or morning. And I thought it was morning because I walked out into the house and everyone was gone. And I started crying because I thought everyone left me to go see Wicked, and I had to stay back because I was sick. And so I called my mom crying, and she's like, "Christina, it's Wednesday. We're at church right now. That's why we're not home. You're not getting left behind." And I was like, I have to go see this show.
Oh, and I remember the drive to Dallas. It's about a 3-hour drive. Oh, she had a fever, and we were like giving her ibuprofen, trying to, oh, I just felt so bad for her, but she was not going to miss Wicked.
It was worth it. It was
Yeah.
fully worth it.
Yeah. Well, so that's our Wicked story for today. I'll tell you what, we should have everybody on now. So shall we get to stamping?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's head over to the stamping table. And nope, I'll get it. There we go. All right, friends. Okay, so we're going to start here with my "You Mean So Much to Me" card. And this card in particular, we've got a lot of designer series paper. It's actually just going to need a piece of 6x6 to create all of these pieces. I'm going to go over the supplies with you, but I need to let you know something about your free download. So if you've been following me for a while, you guys know I always give you a free download with each video so that when you're ready to recreate the cards, you have everything that you need. So I've had some of you asking, you say you're more of a visual learner. So I'm now going to include a picture list of all the supplies as well. And you can click on this picture and it'll take you to my online store. So if you're in the United States, you can order any of the supplies that you need. But I always like to tell you, don't waste your time writing everything down because the free download has everything that you're going to need. Okay. You can come back here and watch the video again, which you might want to do because there's a few tricks and tips in here that are going to make things easier. And of course, there is a supply list. So I'm going to set that off to the side, but not too far, because guess what? I forgot to print out my supply list with all my measurements. So let me see if I can just prop that. I can't. Oh my goodness. Okay, so see, now you know my secrets. I have all kinds of stuff going on in the background. I print out my measurements and everything really big. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get you started with the base and how we create this part here. Okay, so I've got a piece of fresh freesia, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. Let me get the cutting blade out of the way because we want to score this. So go ahead and give it a score line at 4.25. Okay, we're now going to take the 5.5, put it up here at the top. I'm going to set that at 1.25 inches. And now we're going to cut. And we're going to cut down to, sorry, that light is, well, doggone it. You know what? I'm sorry. That stupid light always leaves a glare. Right here is my 4.25 inch mark. And that's, of course, where the score line is. So we're going to come down, just cut to there. Okay. So you're going to have that. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to do it again. Again, I can cut right down to that 4.25. Okay, let me move this out of my way. And that is what's going to create our card. That's easy, right? That's I know that you guys are not always a huge fan of having to do these kinds of cuts, but I really do try to make them as easy as possible for you. So now that I have this, I'm going to actually come in now and share my secret tip. So you're going to need a piece of window sheet or acetate that is 1x4. Here's my recycling tip. If you purchase Stampin' Up! Stamps, in your photopolymer stamps, hopefully you've been saving these. Your photopolymer stamps come on these really heavy acetate sheets. Well, I save them because, you know, why not? Let's recycle these. Let's use these. So, yeah, I've got lots of those lying around. And all we need is a little 1x4. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how to add this to the inside of your card. One nice thing about this acetate, it's very easy to get. Well, you know, I can't see it on that table. There we go. I'm just going to put some adhesive right there on the ends. And this is going to go inside the card. So I'm going to do my best to center that up. Okay. Don't worry, we're going to cover that. So that's where my floating image is going to go. Okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and come in. Let's go ahead and do all of our designer series paper. So I have, let's see, I have 6 strips. These are all 1x4. Okay. And so I cut my designer series paper down to 4 by 6. And then these are 1-inch strips. So I got all 6 from that. And then I have another piece that I cut. And this is a 2 by 3. And we're going to add that right there. So I'm going to take some time here and hopefully read some comments while I do a lot of adhering. Let's see. We've got Cindy's here and Mommy Roo. I love that name, Mommy Roo. I would love to hear from you guys if you are stamping along with me today. And hey, while I'm doing this too, just a quick reminder, it is, well, first of all, it's leap year. Happy leap year. We joke, my brother-in-law turned 16 today because he's a leap year baby. So we're kind of teasing him that he officially turned 16. So oops, let's flip this closed. You know, I really shouldn't try to talk and stamp and adhere things at the same time. But the other thing about today is you get an extra day for celebration. So if you've not taken advantage of celebration, oh my goodness, I mean, don't walk away from free, right? We love, and I mean, we're talking stamp sets and designer series paper and ribbon and all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, so I got those right there. I'm not going to adhere these two down yet. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and get this one in here. And Joan's here from Washington. Welcome, Joan. Glad you're here with us today. And to everybody we got so many from all over. Brenda says she wants more of the Flight and Airy designer series paper. I so get you. That is like one of my favorites. Okay, guess what, friends? It's time to do some stamping. So I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to use the Throughout the Year stamp set, and I'm going to bring in a die set. Now, this is the Thoughtful Expressions die set, and even though I love these images, I was all about these babies right here. Oh, they're just gorgeous. So I'm going to bring in a piece of Coastal Cabana, so kind of pull that color out of there. We're going to take the largest die, all right, and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. Now, I'm also going to grab the second to the largest. So let me grab that one too, okay? Through the magic of television, I did go ahead and die cut that one. So remember, that's the largest one. Now let's do some stamping and then we'll die cut again. So only one ink pad today, just a little Coastal Cabana ink pad. And friends, what message you put in here can be anything, anything. I just chose this. You mean so much to me. Stamp that right there. And now I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine so we can die cut this. So I do always like to stamp first before I die cut. Give me just a second to get this set. And we're going to actually be using our machine quite a bit today. So we got base plate 1, thin die adapter 2, and cutting plate 3. All right. When I die cut this, I'm actually going to leave a little bit more space down here at the bottom. Don't come all the way down, but leave yourself a little space because we're going to add a little ribbon knot right there. Okay. Add my plate right on top. I love that our cutting plates are clear so I can see right where I'm adding that. All right. So I'm not going to let my machine get too far away because we're going to use it on the next card as well. And it's time to create our floating image. All right, here we go. I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana and let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just lay it right there because I want it centered. And I'm going to put a little adhesive right there on my window sheet. And let me get that centered right where I want it. This is so easy. Ready? Oops, except I shifted. There. Now don't worry, we're going to hide that because we're going to take the You Mean So Much. Let's do that with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I think 4 should do it. And okay. Look at that. You can't even see that adhesive. We'll center that up. And do you see how it just looks like it's floating there? It's just so fun. Let's add something to the inside. I've got a piece of basic white cardstock. This is a 4x4. I wanted to keep it easy for you so you don't have to second guess where it goes. It's a square. And we'll center that up in our card. And remember those last two pieces of designer series paper? We're going to add these here to the ends. And it's just going to polish the edges of that cardstock. And I didn't stamp anything else on the inside of mine because you mean so much to me. You know, it can be so many different things. But the nice thing is, I mean, it could be a thank you. It could be a thinking of you, just about anything. But if I want to add another sentiment in there later, I can. But you see, the area to write your message isn't huge. So that's another reason. Sometimes I just leave that off. But do you love it? Just how it's just like, oh, wait. We got to add that bow. I just got so ahead of myself. Okay. I told you it was a late night last night. So, okay. Yep. A little bit of the sheer ribbon in that lemon lolly brings out that lemon lolly. Super cute. How about some bling? You know what? Why not? Let's bring in some bling. These are the adhesive back sequins. And, you know, everything just looks better with sequins. So we will add a big blue and a little pink. See, look at that. Doesn't that add so much? Now, oops, flying sequin. I'll add a small blue one here and a large pink one. Yeah, this is great because you get two sizes, two sheets. So you get quite a bit in that kit. And friends, check it out. Isn't it awesome? And you know what? Like I said, you have these. You probably have these already. So I am excited to teach you how you're going to be able to upcycle those and put them to good use. All right. Card number 1. Let's create one more. And this one is my Easter card. And I got a few tips and tricks for this one as well. So here we go. Plenty of room again to write our message. And here's the thing. Sometimes you've seen these cards with these little mini flaps. Well, because all of this comes down, you have all of this space to write your message. And that works out really well. So let's create this card. And let me show you what we're going to use on this one. I have got the Excellent Eggs, and I'm using the bundle because I want to die cut this egg, but I'm going to do something a little different with it. I'm going to die cut that egg with this die. So the third from the largest, okay? Let me set these over here for a minute, and I'll show you that trick here in just a sec. But yep, that's the set we're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and show you my cutting technique one more time, just to make sure you can remember that one. So I've already scored at 4 1/4. And now I'm going to put the 5 1/2 up at the top. And remember, we just cut down to that 4 1/4, flip it over, score on the other side at 1 1/4, right down to 4 1/4. And that's going to create my flaps. Okay. All right. So we'll give these a quick crease with my bone folder. And let's see. You know what? I think I'll just go ahead. Let's go ahead and add. This is a piece of bubble bath that's 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to add that to the inside of my card. We'll stamp a little bit on that here in just a second. So for my fun pieces, my decorative pieces, I've got 4 pieces of bubble bath that are 1 by 4. And then I have a piece of pool party. This one is a 4 by 2 3/4. And I hope that you can see I have embossed those. And I ran that through my Countryside Blossoms embossing folder. This is another favorite. I just love it. It does so much. So I went ahead and embossed all those pieces in advance. Okay. And let's see. Robin, hi Robin. She says, what fun cards, stampers. Let's give Connie some likes. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, thumbs up on YouTube. It makes me so happy. I love knowing that you're enjoying the cards, and YouTube kind of likes it too, because they go, oh, well, if other people liked it, we'll share it with more people. So we love that. Thank you, Robin. All right, so you can see how I just adhered. On our first card, we did just a little bit of designer series paper, just to kind of top that off. This one just used a little bit of that embossing. Okay, it's time to add our window sheet. Again, a little 1x4. Now this time, I want it down here at the bottom, which I know is the top, but it'll be the bottom, okay? So just like we did before, we'll add adhesive here to the ends, okay? And, about right there. There's really no right or wrong. Remember, it's just kind of there so our image can float. Okay, I've got that. Now I'm going to do some stamping. These are actually going to go on at the very end. So let's do a little stamping here. I have got 3 stamps I'm going to work with here. First things first, I've got a piece of basic white. This is a 2 3/4 by 5 and a bubble bath ink pad. Again, only using 1 ink pad today. And I'm going to stamp this right over here. Now, it's really tight. I'm not worried about it. And let me show you why. Because I'm going to take that smaller egg and I'm going to come inside it. Okay, I didn't want that giant egg. I wanted the smaller one. So we're going to die cut that. And then I'm going to die cut one more over here to the side that's just white. Okay, I'll explain more about that here in just a second. So give me a minute and I'll die cut that. While I've got my sweet little bunny, let's go ahead and stamp her right down there. And the last stamping I need to do, I've got a piece of basic white 1x4 and a piece of bubble bath that is a 1 1/4 by 4. So we're going to stamp Happy Easter. So let's just stamp that right in the center, okay? And I am done stamping, so let's go ahead and get that closed and out of the way. I'm going to adhere this to the center of that bubble bath. And by the way, that throughout the year, the stamp set that I used on the first card, it also has a Happy Easter in it. So if you don't have this set, you could easily bring in this, and you could make whatever you want to be your floating image. Get creative. Okay, we're now ready to add this right here. And you remember how we did this before? I'm just going to put adhesive here on the sides. Make sure you're right where you want it. Bring that down. Okay. Yeah. Now we're going to hide those with these 4 pieces. Oh no, I've lost one. Where did it go? Okay. I don't know. It was here a second ago. All right. Well, you know how it is. We'll figure out something here. Really, it's just going to drive me crazy until I find it. Oops. We're kind of... This adhesive, it's giving me fits today.
Connie, is it under the stamp set you just showed us?
No. I don't know what happened to it. I mean, you guys saw I had 4 of them. We'll make it work. It's all good. I will show you this, and I've got a finished card, but we're going to add...
Lori said, check your dog, but I've got him down here in live mail with me.
Yeah, it's always Tugger. But she's up here too. But she's not one that would typically steal paper like Tugger. Tugger loves to steal cardstock. Yeah, I'm like, this really is crazy. Oh, I just found it. It landed on the floor, but on the other side of my desk, so I didn't see. All right, good deal. So, like I said, I'm having adhesive issues today. All right, let's try one more time. And do you love the embossing on this card for Easter? It's so pretty. So pretty. And now we're going to add our floating Easter egg. Okay, there we go. We're going, right? Okay, so real quick, I do need to come in. I'm going to show you how I did this emboss or this die cutting. So I'm going to bring in my machine one more time here, guys. And what you want to do with this one is you're going to want to center your die down here at the bottom so that we don't catch the edges, all right? And take my top cutting plate. See, that's going to allow us to not get the edge of that stamp. But I loved the little bunnies on it are so cute. So I will put that there. And through the magic of television, I did die cut another one. Okay, so you're going to want 2 of those because we need to sandwich it. We don't want to see what's hiding back there. So finding my adhesive, I'm going to add a dot right there. So I'm going to start with my stamped one. Oh, I got to give you another tip here, another little hint. So my first thought was, why not stamp both of them? But you want to know what happens when you try to stamp both of them? Your bunnies are upside down on the other side when it's open. I didn't like that. So I decided not to do anything. I will tell you, I guess I should have thought of it. I could have stamped this Easter egg. That would have been okay if it were upside down. So now we're just going to sandwich these together. Take your time because it's kind of an odd shape. There we go. And let's add some bling. We love the bling. And I'm using the same sequins on this one because they're so pretty. So a large and a small here. I chose not to put ribbon on this one, but feel free to if you want. I don't know. I thought just the sequins on this kind of gave it just enough. And there we go. Floating Easter eggs. All right, let me bring in the first card so you can see that one again. These are super fun, just super fun. I love the kind of mystery in them. So I hope that you guys liked that one. Hey, don't forget, free download so you can recreate the cards. You can always find that. Look in the YouTube description. Look in the comments. Brenda's got it there in the comments. And of course, you can always find it at simplysimplestamping.com. So be sure to get that. Let me show you what we're going to create next week. So next week, we're going to create these really fun, I know you can't see them just yet. They're called stair step cards. Now, I've created these in the past. I'm going to teach you the super easy method. Okay. It's not a lot of that cutting from the inside, which is cool, but this is going to be our easy method. So I've got a card here. Here's where you can write your message. And of course, it is so mantle worthy. I gotta tell you, I think this one's my favorite. I love anything with fruit. And I'm gonna do some work with some water painters, something I haven't used in a long time, sending you bunches of birthday wishes and a little stamping there. So be sure to tune in next week. We're going to create this, by the way. Do you see the bling on my rotary phone? Ah, so cute. So cute. All right. Be sure to join me then. So just again, one more quick reminder. Today is the final day of celebration for 2024. Stampin' Up! Only offers it once a year. So head over to simplysimplestamping.com. You'll see where you can order. And I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator if you're in the United States. And friends, with that, I think we're going to go ahead and close. Thank you, Brenda and Christina, for being there on YouTube and Facebook today, taking care of everybody. Friends, go have a fantastic day. We will see you next week on Tuesday with a new Tuesday tip. Have a good one. Bye-bye.